What does Red Bull have to say about its best duo? Did you hear about the new regulations yet? The season of 2022 has begun, and we already have so much to look forward to. From players switching teams, age-old rivalries stir up new excitement among fans. The anticipation of what will happen next is killing us as much as you. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Formula One Zone. We are back with another sensational topic about Formula One racing this time. Here, we fuel the F1 fan in you with racing thoughts and the latest news. Every small change made in the sport brings a new challenge for the teams, from the drivers in action to the engineers developing better cars. Watch this video till the end to know more. What's new in 2022? Before this, the high downforce behemoths were among of the fastest cars in Formula One history. But they frequently created monotonous races that were nothing more than processions. The FIA and Formula One management, FOM, were chastised by a considerable segment of the F1 community for generating qualifying vehicles rather than racing cars by going in the wrong direction. The vast restrictions that governed the 2022 cars were supposed to tackle one of the most common complaints about the previous generation of cars: the lack of organic overtaking. Behold the newest F1 cars to set the tracks on fire. Or will they actually let drivers down? In terms of drivability, preliminary reports from teams and drivers all over the field suggest that the new cars will be more similar to the current generation F2 cars. This means that the cars will be less steady at high speeds when driven to the limit. As a result, drivers who can better deal with posterior instability or oversteer, the car's inclination to bend more into turns than the driver expects, are likely to have an edge in the coming season. The RB17 is set to have far less downforce than the previous generation of racing cars due to new global restrictions. Red Bull versus RB17. Recently, the top-tier team and its drivers raised concerns about the older car, reiterating some of the hardships they faced in previous seasons as a result of their star driver's dominance. With that said, let's look at some issues Red Bull may face in 2022. The relationship between a driver and a car and the car's performance is quite complicated. At the Formula One level, claiming that one driver is faster than the other has its limitations and overlooks some aspects. A driver may be faster in one vehicle and slower in another. It relies on how the car's characteristics interact with the racer's driving style. A striking example of this is explained by the team's technical chief Pierre Vache. In 2020, Red Bull started not far off Mercedes. Then they had a massive down in the middle of the season before rising up again. They drifted in the wrong direction but recovered in time. That's where they missed analysis in terms of development direction. That car had a feature that Max liked and allowed him to go faster. So the further he went down this path, the more he improved. But it brought instability on entry, and it reached a point where it became a limitation. It could not go any faster. It also caused issues for the other drivers. A risk that comes with having talented drivers like Max Verstappen is that they have the ability to control this sort of instability, which seems impossible to others. However, sometimes the person behind the wheel does not realize they went in the wrong direction because they are still extracting lap time from the car. The issue faced by Red Bull seems to arise once again now with drastic changes in the 2022 cars. And apparently, some people at Red Bull are not optimistic about it. Helmut Marko's opinion: if the 2022 Red Bull car suffers the same troubles as the team's past models, Helmut Marko has implied that Sergio Perez may find it much harder to adjust than Max Verstappen. Many F1 teams decided to create their car for 2022 sooner, in 2021, instead of continuing to work on their challenger for last year, because the forthcoming season will see plenty of new regulations implemented into the sport. This was not entirely true for Red Bull and Mercedes, since both the team's drivers put their efforts into winning the championship. Given that work on the new car was underway back at the factory, Marko does not anticipate this will negatively impact their chances in 2022. Meanwhile, the drivers have done essential simulator work, but the engineers are conducting the development. When it comes to what to hope from Red Bull's 2022 challenger, Marko believes it would not be an issue for Verstappen if the car proves to be unstable at the rear, as it has in the past. Marko said that Max could drive a car with an unstable rear. For him, the car has to be as fast as possible. It doesn't have to feel comfortable or pleasant. He agrees that this could be more of a problem for his teammate than for Pierre Gasly, Alexander Albon, and Perez in the past. It's only our second drivers who often have the biggest problems with that, he stated. Verstappen's preparation for 2022. Verstappen is excited to be a part of the new age of Formula One, but believes it will be tough to forecast what it will be like before he has tried the car. It's difficult to say because I have not driven the new car yet, Verstappen admitted, except in the simulator. While the new rules may slow things down, Verstappen is optimistic that the goal of greater overtaking will be met, resulting in closer racing. The cars are a little slower, the 2021 world champion remarked, but I'm hoping the races will be better, that we'll be able to overtake more, and that the teams will be closer together. Then it does not matter if you are a bit slower. This news may not be as welcoming to his partner Perez. This brings us to the question, is Sergio Perez ready? Usually, people struggle to keep up with Verstappen inside the tracks due to his distinct driving style. The Dutchman and Chico have two different driving styles. Sergio Perez, or Chico, as most people call him, had a rocky start to his Red Bull career. However, in the second half of the season, the Mexican racer enhanced his records. Perez's performance improved as a result of the optimization of his car, according to Red Bull CEO Christian Horner. The Mexican racer believes that the biggest challenge will be the increased weight of the cars in 2022 rather than his teammate Max Verstappen. The car's minimum weight will be 43 kilograms heavier than in 2021, which equates to a 5.7% increase. Perez identified the machinery's increased weight as one significant problem. For this reason, other drivers have also discussed modifying their driving styles for the upcoming season. Verstappen also had the opportunity to experience the 2022 cars in a simulator during the final weeks of 2021. While Max was not impressed with speed at that time, he did say that the next time he sees them, they will be much better. Honda is not prepared. Aside from the concerns raised until now, Red Bull needs to address another elephant in the room, their engine. Despite using the same engine, the new 2022 F1 cars will use a new E10 fuel with 10% ethanol and 90% fossil fuel content. This affects an increase in horsepower and hence the performance. The engineers at Ferrari and Alpine have reportedly solved this issue. But Honda, Red Bull's supplier, seems to have hit a speed breaker in this regard. Honda is working hard on the adaptation. While the progress is positive, the performance is not yet the same as in 2021. Despite the new regulations, Marco stated that Red Bull's goal for 2022 is to deliver consecutive titles. He anticipates fierce competition from Mercedes once again. They aim for the world title, but you can never be sure with so many changes. There are so many uncertainties even now regarding Red Bull's preparation for the season. Do you think they will make it? Or will they succumb to the pressure? If that feels like too much on Red Bull's plate, wait for the next one. Before we get to final speculation, like this video and subscribe to our channel. Click on the bell icon for updates on our videos. With that, let's see what Marco has to say about the competitors and Red Bull's expectations from its best drivers. Christian Horner believes that Red Bull may face adversity apart from overcoming Mercedes and driver differences. That's right, he believes that Ferrari's prancing horse could lead the charge in 2022. That's one more deadly opponent to look out for. Nonetheless, it is going to be eye candy for the spectators as these athletes race for the world title. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you share it, and don't forget to mention who could win this year's title in the comment section too. Go on. Until the next time, take care.